Hello there people, my name's Amanamaz and I have just seen Wicked for Good, or just Wicked 2. I'm not gonna lie, I was kinda a bit disappointed with this one, and I say this as someone that enjoyed the first film, but apparently even with the musical, the second half isn't as good as the first. But if you've seen both, let me know what you think and how they compare. I think the plot and the story itself is good, as we follow Elphaba, or the Wicked Witch, as this misunderstood villain who is trying to expose the Wizard of Oz as basically a fraud and saving the animals. But you do see her get more air quotes villainy towards the end, especially when Dorothy gets involved and takes Elphaba's sister's shoes. But that's the most you get really. Nessa though, Elphaba's sister, I think is the true villain. She gets dumped by the Munchkin and immediately puts in discrimination laws against them. That is some Jim Crow shit right here. Like, you know when something is so out of pocket, you can't help but laugh a bit? That was me when watching it. Imagine getting your heart broken so bad that you turn into a racist. You know what? I'm glad Dorothy's house landed on her. To be fair, I think the whole cast did a good job. Yeah, it was cheesy at times, but that's obviously to be expected. Elphaba and Glinda, I think, carry the movie with their relationship. Like, they want to be on the same side, but their methods are a bit conflicting to say the least. Yeoh I thought was fun, like he really grew as a character from the first movie. And Jeff Goldblum, well, he's just Jeff Goldblum in this film, isn't he? He's just so weird and eccentric. Like, I don't know how, but every time he's on screen, he is just so entertaining. And the twist for his character, you can see it from a mile away. Like, you can even see it from the first film. In fact, it's so obvious that I can't tell if it was meant to be that obvious or not. I do like how we see the outside perspectives of the original Wizard of Oz characters. Like, we don't see Dorothy directly at all. And when Dorothy air quotes kills Elphaba, we see it from Glinda's point of view in a locked cupboard. I also still like how the film looks. It is very aesthetically pleasing to look at. Everything from the character design to the costumes to how the Emerald City looks. Though I am slightly glad that we don't have to see the green and the pink colour schemes everywhere anymore. But I can't knock that they nailed the marketing for the film and the previous one. Now the songs I thought was the main disappointing part. One, they weren't bangers like in the previous film. Like, I had Popular stuck in my head for a few days after watching it. And Defying Gravity was everywhere before, during and after the film came out. Like, it's not to my taste, but I can see why people really liked it. But here, I don't think I particularly liked any of them. That might be a very unpopular opinion from me, but feel free to disagree in the comments. And two, I kind of feel like they were shoehorned in or almost got in the way of the scene. Sometimes I just wanted them to talk it out instead of bursting into song. And I am aware that this is a musical, so it might sound stupid, but they could have cut out a song or two. It also feels like they stretched out the final third of the whole story into a 2-hour film when it didn't need to be that long. So it did feel like it was dragging at times. But overall, it's an okay film, and I think it would be better if you watch both back to back, because having watched it separately, this one felt like a good step down. Do I recommend that you check it out? Probably not. I would wait until it's on streaming, but even then watch both films right after the other. If I had to give it a rating, it would be a 6 out of 10. I just hoped it would have been a bit better as I enjoyed the first one. But anyway, if you like my review, please leave a like and subscribe. That would greatly be appreciated. I shall see you next time, and peace.